Hello, it is Monday and it is a bank holiday Monday, which is the best kind of Monday. It's also time for me to talk about some of my favourite things from the month of April. Firstly, let's start with a TV show. Somebody may have learnt how to animate titles this morning. Line of Duty finished on Thursday. So good. So good! Full of twists and turns and so many great performances from the whole cast. The last episode of Series 3 was an hour-and-a-half long feature-length kind of episode. Most of it was taken up by 2 half-hour-long interview scenes, and they were so good. I'd certainly recommend checking out Line of Duty if you get the opportunity. Series 1 and 2 are on Netflix, so I would hope that Series 3 will be at some point. And Series 4 begins filming later on this year. And now onto a film, Attack the Block. This is set in a South London tower block, and it's kind of invaded by aliens. It's kind of a black comedy thriller type thing. It stars John Boyega and he is amazing. And Jodie Whittaker and Nick Frost are in it as well. I just think it's kind of a masterclass in storytelling. Things happen early on which turn out to be important later. The characters' lives intertwine with each other. I just think it's very well done. Next, a purchase or two. I got a new watch this month which was quite traumatic. I had my last watch for a very long time. I rely heavily on having a watch, and I also have tiny wrists so nothing ever fits me. But I got a digital Swatch watch and I like it. I like how it looks. It's not too bulky, it doesn't get caught, it's comfortable to wear. It's waterproof, which is very important to me. It's a touchscreen, you kind of press and hold and it lights up, and then you can swipe through to different screens. There's time 1, time 2, date, chronograph and alarm. The one thing I don't like is that the date isn't on the main screen. One thing I would recommend if you get this watch is to have time 2 as your main screen, the screen that you use most of the time, because then you only have to swipe once to get to the date. I need to know the date more often than I need to know the time in some other time zone. Also, the design of the numbers is a little frustrating. The 4 and the 9 look very similar, which is a problem. But overall I like this watch and it comes in lots of different colours, so that's nice. Also, I bought a blender, one of those personal blender things. It's a Breville Blend Active. I've been making quite a lot of smoothies. My favourites, there's one that I make which is kale, spinach, cucumber and ginger. That's a nice green smoothie. But my favourite includes a banana, frozen mixed summer fruits, any random fruit you want to get rid of, for instance pineapple, spinach, and a bit of soy milk. It's really good, I like that one. It's really easy to use and also quick to use. The amount of times I've fancied a smoothie but haven't made one because I couldn't be bothered to get out the blender and put it together and remember how to use it and then wash it up afterwards. But this one you can wash up by putting hot water and washing up liquid in the bottle and then just blending it, so game changer. I would recommend washing it up in the normal way occasionally as well. But I am a fan, and if you like smoothies, I'd recommend that specific type of blender. I got mine for 20 quid on offer in Debenhams, and I can't wait to make milkshakes this summer. Next up, a present. I got a present this month, and it isn't my birthday or anything. I've also left it elsewhere. My friend made me a book sculpture of a mouse. That's pretty great, I'm pretty happy with that. My favourite place this month is the South Bank of the Thames in London. I think this has been my favourite place before. This month it is my favourite place because of the complete walk. This was put on by Shakespeare's Globe last weekend for the 450th anniversary of Shakespeare's death. It was 37 specially filmed short film versions of Shakespeare plays on big screens all down the South Bank, and you could walk along and watch some of them or all of them. But there were some great people in them: Peter Capaldi, Aidan Gillen, Hayley Atwell, David Harewood, Toby Jones, lots of people. My favourites were Henry VI Part 3 and 2. Henry VI are some of my favourite history plays anyway. I also really liked the Romeo and Juliet one, which was perhaps more surprising because I'm not as big a fan of the play, but I thought it was really well directed. And similarly with Richard III, I was a fan of the scenes they chose to film. They were really good, and I hope that they are made available at some point so that people can see them. Now on to live shows. I saw the final performance of Globe to Globe Hamlet, which was Shakespeare's Globe's touring production of Hamlet, which was attempting to go to every country in the world. They went to 197 countries, it took 2 years. I was there for the first performance and I was there at the end, and it was so good. Also, the RSC put on a special Shakespeare live show, again to celebrate the 450th anniversary of Shakespeare's death. That was shown on BBC Two last weekend. It was hosted by David Tennant and Catherine Tate. It had so many amazing people in it: Dame Judi Dench, Helen Mirren, Benedict Cumberbatch was there, as was Tim Minchin. Papa Sayadu was amazing. I definitely recommend looking that up on the BBC iPlayer if you can. Now I have started listening to a new podcast. It's called Scriptnotes. It has been going for quite an extensive amount of time, so I'm quite late. I heard of it through Yulene Kwang's Snapchat. It is so interesting and valuable if you are interested in script writing and storytelling in general, I would say. check that out. Onto a song now. I haven't mentioned a song on my favourites videos for a while, but I am a big fan of all of the songs that Tessa Violet has recently been putting up on her YouTube channel. My favourite being Not Over You. I love it, and I adore the video. I think it's so well done. So yeah, do pop over to Tessa Violet's YouTube channel if you would like to, and I will put a link to that specific video as well below. Now finally, I have been a fan of lots of things this month. A web series. I have finally watched Muzzled the musical. It's a 3-part YouTube musical. I think it's very well done. I really enjoy many of the songs. Also, if you are a fan of the Lizzie Bennet Diaries like me, you will see a few familiar faces. It's good, I'm a fan. So yeah, those are some of my favourite things from this month. I would love to know what some of your favourite things are from this month, from these categories, or no categories, or different categories. Your choice. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow.